Well, hey guys, welcome to the first episode of this year of the Asking Astraea podcast. I'm Astraea's father, Tony, and this is, of course, Boop Astraea.
Hi.
Okay. You have to say more.
Hi. We are going to listen to the first ever voice memory story on my daddy's phone.
Yeah, so every night I say a little bedtime story to Astraea, and I've been recording them on my iPhone ever since I did it, and she wanted to listen to the first one I've ever done, and we thought, hey, let's bring you guys in and see what you guys think of my storytelling ability to create a story in my brain right from the get-go. And so we'll see how it goes, right? All right, so why don't you throw those on? Throw those headphones on there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just turn the music down just a little bit.
Let's share it. Share it with them.
Oh,
Share it.
they'll hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to hear it. Otherwise, it'd be boring. All right.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted to have a pet dinosaur. But dinosaurs don't exist anymore. And she was very sad when she heard about that. But her daddy wanted her to be as happy as she could be. So he made a wish upon a star. And the next morning, the little girl awoke to a weird sound.
This was recorded on November 30th, 2019 in my old apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like a garage.
Yes, it was a garage. Kind of like this is, but much, much smaller.
Yeah.
It sounded like this. She didn't know what that was, but it was coming out of her closet. She opened up her closet, and oh my God, there was a bunny. It was just a bunny. But the bunny was lost.
What did you think when I said bunny? Do you remember?
I was like surprised. I was expecting a dinosaur.
You were expecting a dinosaur?
Yeah, because he
Were you sad that it was just a bunny?
No, I was just surprised.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And the bunny looked sad. And she wanted to take care of the bunny. And her dad said, "What about the dinosaurs?" And she said, "Well, I can't have a dinosaur, but I can have a pet bunny, and I'll name him Dino." Like
Dino, the pet bunny.
a dinosaur. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the little girl and Dino had many adventures. They went into the park. He got lost at one point. And they went.
I was very tired when I was telling this story. Can you hear it in my voice?
No.
Oh, I was very tired, I remember.
Downtown. He got a speeding ticket. He's a very fast bunny. And then, one fateful day, he grew up, he grew older, and he met another bunny. And the little girl wasn't so little anymore either. She was older too.
That doesn't sound like me talking.
It sounds like you talking.
No, it sounds so different.
Well, it's you from a different time.
Only about a year ago. Like maybe 2 years ago, at least, at the most.
2018?
2019. So less than it, just a little over a year ago.
And she met somebody very special as well.
Hey guys, if you're
And
just jumping on, we're listening to
Our first ever voice memory.
our first ever bedtime story that I recorded on my phone when I moved out of her mother's house.
And her kids wanted a pet. Guess what?
What?
They got Dino's kids. So they had Dino Jr. and little Dina's running around. And everybody was happy. The end.
Yay! I always end it with a little yay.
You do like saying the yay.
Yes.
That's for sure.
That's how I end the story.
So how do you think my stories have gotten? You can take your headphones off. How do you think my stories have gotten over the years of me telling you bedtime stories almost every night?
They got more entertaining.
Yeah, and
They have more things to it and not just like speeding ticket.
not just jokes.
Well, I like the jokes.
Well, the speeding ticket thing was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why would a bunny get a speeding ticket?
Because it's speedy.
No, it's not that fast. Bunnies aren't that fast.
Dino is.
Okay. So, what do you think about the other parents, maybe, not telling bedtime stories to their kids? Do you think that's okay, or do you think bedtime stories are a good idea? What is your thought?
It depends on what the child wants.
Okay. So if the child wants a bedtime story?
Yeah.
What if they don't want a bedtime story and the parent still wants to tell them a story?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
they could. Maybe it still will help. Maybe the child just doesn't want to go to bed, and they're trying to get away from falling asleep.
Why do you like bedtime stories? Does it help you fall asleep, or you just like to hear a story?
Kind of some of both.
Some of both? Okay. Now that's fair. Starlight Mason in the chat. What's going on, Mason? How you doing? She says bedtime stories are the best. Yeah, they can be, except when I get writer's block and I don't know what I'm going to say next. So sometimes she helps me out with a little bit of the plot, or maybe a character. But when you have kids, are you going to make up your own bedtime stories? Or are you going to play them from recorded bedtime stories? Are you going to play my bedtime stories to your kids? What do you think you're going to do when you grow up?
Maybe I'll share some bedtime stories with them from you, and I'll tell my own bedtime stories, but if they don't want bedtime stories, I won't give them bedtime stories, and if they want to hear one of your bedtime stories, I'll give them one of your bedtime stories from one of the voice memories.
Okay. Well, cool. Awesome. Well, that's nice. The next thing that we're going to do here is every time, because this is called the Asking Astraea podcast. So we're going to ask Astraea some pod deck questions, and she has chosen the Would You Rather pod deck. Now, I already have a Would You Rather pod deck question in mind, and I wanted to ask you this. And I asked the chat yesterday, but you weren't here yet. So, would you rather go back in time, or would you rather be able to predict the future? So again, you can go back in time, or you can predict the future.
I want to go back in time because if I predict the future and something goes wrong of someone else, I might try to tell them that so I could fix it, but they probably won't believe in me and just think I'm playing. So maybe I could go back in time, or already let that bad thing happen, but go back in time and fix it.
But it already happened.
But I could go back in time.
But why would you let it happen if you can go back in time?
Because I don't know that it's going to happen, because I can't tell the future. But if I heard about it, I could just go back in time and fix it.
What if by fixing it you cause something else bad to happen?
Go back in time again.
So you'd go back in time and keep going back in time and fixing all the little mistakes, all the little problems. Don't you think you'd be exhausted? Don't you think you'd be tired?
And then I take a nap.
Then you take a nap, and then you'd wake up and you'd go back. When would you have time for school? You'd be going back in time all the time.
I wouldn't be having school.
Oh, you wouldn't be having school.
Because I'm going back in time.
Oh, okay, so going back in time is more important than going to school to you.
I'm not going to be having school because I'm going back in time. Because I'm fixing everything.
So this is your job? This is your career?
No.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I'm saying right now, you as an 8-year-old, you still have school.
Yes.
But you also have this ability to go back in time. You're telling me, your dad, I'm no longer going to school.
No.
I'm going to go back in time
That's
and fix all these little things.
No, like, not everything in the world. Just, like, things like if pencils fell or...
Oh, like the tiniest of things.
No.
What if you could warn somebody about a big earthquake? Like you could warn someone, hey, there's going to be a big earthquake next week. All of y'all should go away.
What if they don't believe me?
Well, then you would go back with some sort of proof to say I am from the future. You know, here's an iPhone 13. It's not even out yet. So I'm definitely from the future. So then, you know, some people might believe you with that. Like you would have to come up with some sort of undeniable proof that you're from the future, and then you can tell them, and there's an earthquake next week.
You said if I could just read the future, not go in the future.
Well, no, and you're going back in time. This is the future right now. If you're going back in time, right now would be considered the future.
Okay.
Yes. Are you confused?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Starlight Mason in the chat here on Twitch says, I take seeing the future, then I could be my own superhero. Yeah, honestly, for me, Mason, I would also rather see the future because I feel like the past is the past and it's meant to be the past. And whatever misgivings, whatever problems have arisen, that helps build us up to who we are now. And hopefully, by being able to see the future, we can maybe take advantage of it a little bit better. Ranger Tony, it's about time you shaved your head. It looks great, to be honest. I shaved mine 4 years ago. Totally shaving with the beard? Yeah, well, I've got a tiny beard. It's a
goat beard.
It's a goat beard. So we're going to pull one more question from the pod deck. Do you want to... Here.
Pick a card.
Pick a card. Okay, and read it out nice and loud for everybody to hear.
Would you rather have no eyebrows or extra fingers?
Totally extra fingers.
Yeah, because I want...
Why would I not want to have an extra finger? An extra finger, that could be so much more useful.
You could just count to 11.
No, just one extra finger? Or an extra finger on each hand?
It says an extra.
Okay, so just one extra finger. Yeah, so would you rather have it on your right hand or your left hand?
My left hand, because I might not be able to write with my right hand if I have 6 fingers.
So if you have 6 fingers on your left hand while you're writing, what are you doing with your left hand?
I don't know.
Just this?
Or
That's very misuse of your extra finger.
Or maybe like sorting.
There you go,
Crayons.
like sorting like crayons and then like organizing things.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But if we got look at me. If we got rid of your eyebrows, yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and shave her eyebrows.
We're gonna shave your eyebrows.
No,
shave your head.
Yeah, well, no, we're not.
We're shaving everything of you.
Out of solidarity, I think you should also shave something on your head. So eyebrows.
No.
Oh, okay. I tried.
I shave this. I'm gonna. What if I shave
just that?
this tiny little piece?
That's not even worth getting the razor out. Ranger asks, has Astraea gotten taller in the last couple of months? Just a little bit.
Like this much.
Yeah, she's definitely has her mother's dominant genes, so she's still gonna be a little shorter than most.
I don't have her genes. Her genes are too big for me anyway.
No, genetic genes.
I don't have her genes.
Gene, not Jean.
G.
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 Okay, one more question.
Letter G.
One more would you rather question, because that one was kind of a throwaway. That one was kind of easy. Okay, no looking. No looking.
Pick the card.
We also have a daisy right here.
Oh. Would you rather have your jaws wired shut for a month, drinking only out of a straw, or wear an eye patch for a year?
Would I rather have my jaw wired shut for a month and I can only drink out of a straw, or wear an eye patch for a year?
I could answer them too.
Well, Mr. Texas Ranger says he'll take a jaw for a month. I will also take a jaw for a month. Just get it over with.
I want an eye patch.
You want an eye patch for a whole year?
Yeah.
You know what that does by covering your eye?
What?
It's going to affect your depth perception.
Okay, then. Okay.
So you can't go and do archery. I mean, I guess you could. She could do archery, but it would just make your life a little bit harder than what it is right now for an 8-year-old.
Okay, fine. I'll do the jaw.
No, I mean, it's up to you. These are not things that we're gonna go do. I'm not gonna take your eye for a year. If you want to have an eye patch for a year, that's fine.
It just says eye patch, not take your eye out and then put a patch.
Okay, no, that's true. It does say, yeah. Okay, so we could cover your eye. Why don't we do that one day for another video? Just you wear an eye patch just for a day, and you can't lift it up. And at the end of it, you tell everybody how it was.
Okay, but don't poke my eye out.
No one's gonna poke your eye out. To be very clear, we're just gonna put a patch over your eye. You'll look like a pirate. We can do all the pirate jokes. And then at the end of the day, we'll take the eye patch off, and then your eye will still be there. So is that a yes?
Maybe. That was maybe. Maybe.
Ranger says I'll tape it down so you don't cheat. Yeah, because I still have to go to work. I have no way of knowing if she's gonna like peek. You might peek while I'm at work.
Okay, tape it down with more black stuff.
Or with Gorilla Glue.
No.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Asking Astraea. If you want to watch live, we do this on Twitch, twitch.tv/LazyTechTony. And if you want to follow us individually, Astraea, where can people find you?
In the description down below.
No, you got to tell the mic because they can't hear you.
In the description down below.
Thank you. See you guys later.
Heart.